Dying with style. That is an incredibly calm sounding horse, considering the noise preceding it is a whip crack. I mean, perhaps it's the volume, but it just sounds way too chilled out. I don't know, maybe it's just me, or maybe we've got a masochist horse going on here.
You've all come to think of Slade as some kind of war hero. Well, let me be abundantly clear. Cornelius Slate is no hero. He's been living down in Frankton so long that the man has gone native. Say your prayers. If Slate had his way, the damn collards and potato eaters would be up in Comstock House running Columbia.
Alright, I'm not going to listen to that any longer because of how racist it is, so die. Additionally, I find it incredibly amusing that I walked close enough that they clearly aggroed me because they were yelling like, come out and say your prayers, but not like close enough that they didn't stop talking about this guy that clearly is about to turn up and is clearly going to be a boss. Just ignore me using Elizabeth as cover while I talk about this. Also, that's put me off so much I can't shoot straight. That's entirely the reason, and it is nothing to do with the fact that I lack the skill to aim a gun forward. In fact, no, this isn't even me, this is DeWitt. He sucks. I'm just here for the ride. You guys saw it, right?
There's a crow, Booker!
Is that what they're called? Just a crow? Because they're a dude with the power to summon entire murder of crows. So why would it be called a crow? Like, surely there is some pun or interesting name that you can come up with combining murder and crow to mean these guys. Surely that would be easy. In fact, considering that all they seem to do is teleport behind you and then try and ram something sharp up your arse, they are now known as a buttfuck of crows. It seems entirely reasonable to me. Okay, what? No, that was... Did you not see that? That was Batman. How did she get from where she was taking cover, she was in full view, to suddenly, like, behind me to be able to throw me that? She didn't even come, like, round the corner. I was looking at the corner. She was just suddenly behind me. So, I'm guessing she's a pacifist in that she's, like, in the combat zone but doesn't take part in it in any way other than chucking me stuff. She has the ability to step through those tears. I'm guessing that's how she gets from one place to another, like, without going through doorways. I'm just making this up here. I'm pretty sure it's just, like, a bad version of getting her behind me quickly so that the game can bullshit that she's following me around. But I feel like she's Nightcrawler right now. And that was an amazing miss. If I die right now, that is completely on me. I've got myself into a terrible fucking position, and when I need it most, I fucking miss like a bitch.
Those tears of yours, Mike.
Well, there has to be a tear around for me to use. I can't just pull them out of thin air.
Speaking of tears, I'm getting torn the fuck up here. Like, bullets are going into me. I am, like, clearly on my last legs. And fucking you are talking about this in the calmest way possible. Could you guys, like, be a bit more irate about this? I'm talking about you, Elizabeth, and you, Booker. Jesus Christ, you're nearly dead. I've been trying to keep this, like, dour up to now because I feel like it's funnier. But seriously, I just can't help but find this situation amusing. Elizabeth has literally just freaked out about me killing people. Here I am murdering tons of dudes, just tons of dudes, getting bullets blown through me, and she is just calm as you like, just sauntering through the battlefield, talking about it like it ain't no thing. This is an immersive game, and the immersion has just gone for me. I feel like I may as well be playing the Super Mario Brothers right now, because fucking... Yes, the game world makes sense, but the moment she teleported behind me like that and started talking in like direct gunfire, like everything was fine and they're just having a casual conversation while strolling along the beach. Fucking... I just don't know what to say about that. But then, I'm guessing I'm meant to find this scene grotesque and serious and, like, shocking, even though logically, I should have been way more, like, scared or emotional about being shot at, and she should have been more scared and emotional about being in direct gunfire and having that crow chasing me around and the fucking robot laying down God knows how many bullets toward me, and she was blasé about that.
Got a tip there were contraband guns hidden in the fellow traveler. Didn't find them, but funny thing, we found some old uniforms under the floorboards from the war. Took guesses as to why they were there, but... Who's there? You're Slate, right? Sir? Put the guns down!
Did you hear that, Comstock? That is the sound you have never heard. The sound of a soldier's end. Come to your Hall of Heroes. Prove me a liar.
You see, that there, funnily enough, was a great example of how the reactions, like just the voice of that character being irate, is supposed to worry you and draw you in. I mean, that soldier died scared. That's supposed to elicit an emotional reaction from you, but the fact that DeWitt and Elizabeth here aren't in direct combat brings you back. Oh, well, I guess we're both raiding the skyline now.
Keen eye of yours could
Cool.
find some ammunition lying around. I sure could use it when there's trouble.
It'll take some scrounging, but I'll do my best. The line's clear.
Yup, there she is. And I guess it makes sense that the lines are magnetized one in each direction, so I can't accidentally bump into her when trying to change direction on the skyline or anything like that. Although, strange thought while I'm travelling this thing, I swear to God no one in Colombia could have vertigo, or they just wouldn't be able to function. Oh, that's weird, because when I exited the skyline it had a very specific noise and I thumped the ground and there was the clank when I disconnected, and somehow Elizabeth is now instantly behind me and I didn't hear or see her dismount, despite coming up the skyline behind me. And yes, I passed on the opportunity of a rocket launcher there because I would just blow myself up.
Veterans! You shed your heart's blood for Colombia! Lost limb and viscera in the godless Orient! Comstock did nothing! And yet, look up! Whose image squats above you even now?
Take this rifle.
At every angle and insult! If the Prophet would make a painted whore of our past, what fresh rape does our future hold? Let us now make our stand and fill yonder hole with true heroes!
Ladies and gentlemen, the worst sniper of all time.
Looks like we found where your old friend Slade is.
Just find that shock jockey and get the hell out of here.
This is like one of those videos where someone does something dramatic and someone plays unfitting music over it. Also, I do realise that while commenting on the fact that I can't shoot straight, I have picked the least spray and pray weapon in the game, in both single shot rifles, and ignored the big splash damage weapon that was offered to me just moments ago. These guys are a real clusterfuck with their formation. Then again, as a military, I seriously doubt they've had any resistance up to now. Oh, the old favourite of enemies getting progressively harder. He's not wearing a helmet, and yet still managed to take a carbine bullet straight to the forehead and just shrugged it off, because humans are capable of doing that. I would mind less if they had the weird yellow shield that I apparently have, and I could see how that looked externally, rather than it just shattering on my screen as a cool effect and then, you know, giving me regenerating health. But they don't. Like, there's no effect there, and yet they still have the full able to take headshots that every other video game enemy seems to have in this day and age. Not only that, but by the fact that the game is presenting me with like a load of spare machine guns lying around, not just ones that have dropped off enemies, but ones that are literally there as props, like just up against the environment, that I'm supposed to be using one in the next section instead of my sniper rifle because it's becoming close quarters.